What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio One Tutorials.com. Don't forget to stop by Studio One Tutorials, pick up your premium membership. It is 50 cents a day, and it's the only place to get the MIDI files for this tutorial right here. Now, today we're going to be looking at an A Boogie with the hoodie type beat. This is going to be one of his more melodic R&B type of songs. We're going to be utilizing a loop from Loop Pack Sunday. If you guys haven't heard about Loop Pack Sunday, me and MG the Future drop 10 royalty-free loops a week. We're up to volume 14 right now. So on studio1tutorials.com, there is 140 royalty-free compositions for you guys to use in whatever way you deem necessary. All the drums from this tutorial are going to be coming out of These Drums Slap Volume 1, also available at Studio One Tutorials. We're going to focus on using the drums to power the arrangement of this tutorial. It's going to be a more repetitive loop as far as the melody is concerned, but when we switch in between like an 808 and a sub bass and use different use a clap and then a snare through different pieces of the arrangement, you'll see that it's really possible to take a simple loop and make it whatever you want it to be song wise. All right, everybody. So this is A Boogie, and we are working with a loop that is, you can find this in Loop Pack Sundays. I forget which volume it is. There's so many samples, bro. But this is one of the joints from MG the Future, Lightspeed. I like working with MG the Future on this project because we present a very balanced type of product. With him doing more like the lo-fi and R&B influenced stuff, and then my stuff being more like straightforward trap. It really gives you guys um a broad palette to work with. So when going into making an A Boogie type of beat, one of the things that'll really get you there quickly is going ahead and just switching in between two basses, right? So I've got the infamous, if you guys don't know about this, um the infamous Omnisphere preset, the Turkey Baster, aka the Drake bass, aka the Saw bass, detune Saw, whatever you want to call it. But this thing works really well, and I'm just doing a really simple bass line. I'll go ahead and put this in the MIDI files that are only available on studio1tutorials.com to premium members. All of the drums here are coming from These Drums Slap Volume 1. I'll include the drum MIDI. It's a really simple arrangement. What you're doing with someone like A Boogie is you're allowing them kind of like a blank canvas in the beginning, providing an upwards rise in energy, enabling them to start out soft and sing and really set up their idea for the song, and then go into like a more harder 808 based, trap hi-hat type of vibe. So that's what we do. We have the first pattern. It starts out without any um a low end. It's just the loop, and then on top of that I've got it half timed. So that's going to add a different variety when we come into here, because again we're making changes in the energy, right? So not only does halftime slow down the actual audio, but it also drops it an octave, and that's a cool thing to remember when you're arranging using loops. It allows you to have two sections of energy, right? Because when you drop things an octave, you lower it, and then when you bring it back up, you raise it. So again, like I talked about before, that idea of adding this ascending energy energy going into, the 808 and the hi-hat, where you're going to have the most high frequency content. It really develops like a nice sloping arrangement roadmap within your song. And when you work with a melodic artist who is going to be singing melodies as opposed to just saying rapping words, that is going to make it a lot easier for them to get into a vibe. And see, once you go ahead and you have a back-to-back section of, this is the high energy point. You're not going to have more sounds than this in the beat. Then you want to instantly go back into probably like the lowest energy you could find, which that's when you want to bring your halftime back, take your hi-hats out, take your kicks out. And you hear the contrast between here. Not only that, we're changing the snare. You hear the snare is just drowned in reverb. It's a nice blocky type of snare. I've added a filter onto it to really cut the high end and just kind of reinforce the low energy here. And as long as you think about arrangement in those terms, in terms of alternating between high energy and low energy, you're gonna find like you're gonna get really good at arrangement. This second part here, we go into, we this is all right. So this is like the intro verse. Then you have your chorus here. Here's your second verse, alternating between a couple patterns. Here you see that high energy come back, and then what we start doing on the third verse, into the bridge and the last chorus, is we start really customizing and arrange and adding new elements to the arrangement. So like, for example, when we come out of this chorus, we drop the energy, but we do it by dropping the drums and back. But you see, we don't have the 808. So again, we're building an ascending energy back up into this high part. And that's what you want to do. You want to after you leave a chorus where you have all of these elements in here, you don't want to just you don't want to just jump right back into it. You want to step back up into it, right? And then down, right? And then build it back up. And then, so really, really simple and to the point. 160 BPM. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop this MIDI into the Studio One tutorials Dropbox for premium members only. It's 50 cents a day. Every week I'm doing 3 of these tutorials. I'm showing you guys how to make these type of beats with our free samples, with my drum kits, so that it is simple, easy, straight to the point. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff to really get to work and be prolific in your work ethic. What I want you guys to be able to do is to produce high quality beats at a high volume, so that you could take the focus off of learning how to produce and spend more time actually going out, into networking environments and making the plays that you need to make in order to get your music to do what you want it to do. So it's a CMP with Craftmaster Productions, Studio One Tutorials.com. Keep it simple, but don't be basic, and we will see you on the next one, fam.